It says we're live. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Monday. I just was reading some breaking news that was coming across. So, is it true, if you live in California, is it true that nail salons are closing again? Okay, I just got to know that. I just got to know that because I'm going to San Diego to visit my daughter this weekend, and we're supposed to go get pedicures. And I'm going to be really, really bummed if we can't go do that. I know I'll live. It won't be the end of the world, but I will not be happy about it. Goodness gracious. I'm not going to go there today. I'm just so really annoyed with everything going on right now. And I just realized, oh, can you guys hear me? Because I have my microphone set next to me instead of in front of me. So let me know in the comments there how the sound quality is, just to make sure, because I can move it closer if I need to. But if I can keep it out of my way, that would be awesome because it makes it a lot easier to use my keyboard. I'm just saying. Just saying. Oh, it sounds fine. Yay. Thank you. Hello, Joni. Hello, Anne-Marie. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, Carla says nail salons in her area are open. What is your area? Where are you? This just literally was announced like 15, 20 minutes ago. So I'm just trying to get some confirmation. My daughter says no, but I'm not sure you're 90 minutes north of San Diego. Okay. So are you in Orange County, LA County? Inland Empire. There we go. I used to live in the Inland Empire. I know where that is. Yeah, so I guess everything is always like by the minute right now. I want my pedicure. And here's the dilemma. It's like, if that's all shutting down and I can't get one with her on Friday, I'm going to go get into mine here today. Because my poor feet. Oh, my goodness. Like, okay, so Riverside is pretty much a heat capital of the country as well. So this dry heat and wearing sandals, like, you know what I'm talking about, right? Your feet just feel like sandpaper, and like just a good soaking and pedicure just does wonders. All right. That's not what you guys came here to talk about. So we will just get off of that subject and let's jump into, going to go through some of the things that I bought this week. I've been dying to do some research because I wait on this stuff to do the research with you. And I'm like, there's some things I'm seriously curious about. So I can't wait. Yeah, Joni says, I need a pedi so bad. I don't wear shoes unless I am going grocery shopping. Yeah, exactly. I walk around here barefoot most of the time. It was 100 degrees yesterday. We were at 113 yesterday. We're supposed to be down to a nice 110 today. It's so hot. I have to put ice packs into my tortoise burrows. Like right when the show is over, I go out there and I have to go get them. Their burrows get up to about this time of day. They're getting up into the 90 degree range. And believe it or not, you think of tortoises as this reptile that can go live in the desert. But if they get over 100 degrees, they get brain damage. And they temperature regulate by the ground. So if the ground that they're on is over 100 degrees and it heats them up, they can have some serious damage. So I go out and I put ice packs into their burrows to get them through the day. And it keeps it around 82 to 84 when I do that. So isn't that crazy? In the wild, they dig these burrows that go down really deep so that it keeps them at about, 70, 75 degrees. Do what we got to do. All right. Let me share my screen and share some stories with you. So this little guy, I've been running a 50% off sale in my clearance categories. And I talked about this on one of my videos and I'm going to show it to you what I do with this. So my older merchandise, and by older, I mean, I've had it listed over 6 months. I want that stuff to move. It takes up space. It costs listing fees every month. So what I do is move it into a category called special values, and I have a 50% off and a 25% off, and then we put it. So this little guy here, you can see I had it at $24.99. It sold at the $12.49 price, which is fine for me. I'm okay with that. But what was really cute, and I know this annoys the heck out of some of you, is they sent me a message about how to package it. Please include styrofoam, and kind of went into that. And that actually makes me feel really bad for those people who have gotten a terrible experience out of here. I'm going to come back on the screen as I'm talking about this. A terrible experience with their packaging. And I mean, I can tell you, I buy glass. I have bought a lot of glass on eBay over a couple of decades, and some of the packages are very sad. And I have had lots of stuff arrive broken. And even though the seller makes it right when that happens, it's still a horrible experience, because that treasure that you found and you were able to purchase at a price that was good for you now is worth nothing. I mean, it's disappointing. So we don't want that. So it's one of the reasons I started doing the shipping videos. So more sellers that didn't know how to package the breakables could learn, because it is an area that takes some learning. It's like I know it's not done out of malice most of the time. It's just not knowing how to package this breakable stuff and not understanding the postal process that causes this damage. So I will get this little guy, and I just answered them. I said, I will get him safely to you, because I have a 99.9% success rate in getting those breakables to the customers. So he was out the door. I sold another quilt. I'm trying to think if this one sold for full price. No, I made an offer to Watcher on this one. It's been a few days. I made an offer to Watcher for $39.99. Why? I wanted it gone. Is it worth $59.99? Absolutely, it's worth $59.99. But when I originally ran it on auction, I did start it at $39.99. So I was willing to take it then. I'm going to take it now. So that one is on its way for $40. And I sold this beautiful imperial glass sunflower perfume bottle. And I took an offer, or I made an offer to Watcher on this one for, you ready for it? $29.99. Why? I've had it a while. I had somebody very interested, so boom. Let's make it so good of a deal they can't say no, right? $49.99 to $29.99. Wow, that sounds really good, right? Okay. Let's talk a little about returns, because so let's see. I don't want to show the buyer information here. So I said small, purslet. Those are pretty strong keywords. So tell me, just on seeing this part of the listing, How big would you expect this purse to be? I would love to know just on pictures, which I'll show you the rest of them. Pictures, okay. And the word small and purselet, how big would you expect this to be? I gotta wait for the lag now. Takes you guys about 20 to 30 seconds to actually hear what I'm saying when I'm saying it. So then I gotta wait for your answer. I'm just really, really curious because I thought I did really good saying small and purselet. Anybody? Come on. Help me out here. I'm not supposed to have silent air, but you guys aren't typing. I'll give you more of a close-up of it. It's got this big long chain handle too. 12 by 6, 2 by 6. Okay, so I will show you. It is 5 by 3, which I did put in the description, and I put that the strap was 23 inches. Okay, so Mrs. K at 2 by 6, you were very close, very close. So I sold it for $14.99. Whoop, I don't want to show you that. And I got a return. Now, normally returns don't really upset me, but they did an item not as described. Now that upsets me because it was described as small and 3 inches by 5 inches in the description. So the comments, this is what gets me. This is what really gets me right here. The picture posted is a fragment of the seller's imagination. It completely defrauded the concept of having a good usable vintage purse or purset. This item is not even usable for a midget with super tiny fingers. Truly disappointed. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say to this. So I reached out to eBay and I said, oh, but I did describe it. This is a false item not as described claimed, and I should not have to pay for the label. So what eBay has advised is the new procedure to handle these things is I have to accept the return, pay for the label. When the item comes back, I will have the option of deducting a portion from the return. And then what will probably happen is that the customer is then going to dispute the amount that I paid them. And then I have to escalate it to eBay eBay said they might be able to refund me up to $6 of my label fee. And I'm like, oh, I hate this. I do. I hate it. I hate this whole thing they've got going with the returns process. It's driving me crazy. I know it drives a lot of you guys crazy too. Oh, okay. Hi, Lori. That's funny. Your son changed your YouTube channel name to GamerBoy2000. Got it. That's funny. So, yeah, I'm a little irritated with where eBay's going with this. Now, I want to run this by you guys and see what you think about my idea of how I think returns and refunds should be handled. So we've got sellers who, in our opinion, are the real customers of eBay, right? We're the ones paying the fees to eBay. We are their customer, but eBay has to keep buyers happy, and they are the representative of all the sellers. So I get I get this relationship thing. Amazon takes returns no matter what. They've got the process. Now Amazon will take it back to their warehouse, inspect it, put it back up for sale, do all this. So Amazon deals with a lot of that return process, or you bring it back and you do whatever with it. I think eBay should have, if they want to do this free returns thing and they want to have this policy that benefits eBay in general and makes them more money, I think they should have returns go to some central place, warehouse, whatever, like they do the GSP program, where we ship stuff to Kentucky. They got a warehouse, so they could third party this out too, have a warehouse that accepts the return, inspects the return, matches it to the reason given for the return, and have sellers have the option of like be kept whole and sign off the transaction to eBay, and then let eBay resell that, or have them, resell wholesale goods that are resellable, or, returns. Do something that everybody still wins, but yet now they can see for themselves that the item does not match, what is described. Okay. They have the item, they have the pictures, or they can see that the buyer sent back a brick instead of the VCR, or they sent back a used instead of the new one that went out, because there is a lot of that going on. Or in this case, they were just pissy about the size. They didn't read the description, and that happens too. But then eBay could go and like have somebody resell it, and I'm unaffected. They keep the customer happy and all of that. What do you think about that? Do you think there's some teeth in that we could like start campaigning toward eBay to do something instead of making us take all of these crazy returns for stupid reasons? Now, I don't mind taking a return for, case in point, I just sold a sterling silver necklace, and it was marked sterling, but the buyer came back and said they actually tested it and it was not sterling, and so they returned it. I don't have any problem with that. That is on me because I didn't test it with a jewelry tester. Okay, that's 100% on me. Cost of doing business. Okay, but in this kind of a case, it drives me kind of crazy. If you offer returns in the listings, can it be for any reason, not just any? Yeah. There's a whole list of reasons that you can return something. Doesn't fit, wrong item, missing parts, item not as described. Oh, I forget. You know what? Let me see if I can pull up. Hold on. I'm going to do this off screen just so you don't see all my personal private information, but let me pull up something that I bought, and let me see if I say return this item. Okay, I can show you this screen. All right. So if I go to do a return, this seller doesn't accept returns. This is another good lesson for those of you who think just not offering returns is the answer. This seller doesn't accept returns, but you can still send a request for a return. Remember, eBay money back guarantee covers you if there's something wrong with your purchase. There you go. Perfect. So here's the reasons. Doesn't fit, changed my mind, found a better price, just didn't like it, ordered by mistake, doesn't work or defective, doesn't match description or photos, wrong item sent, missing parts or pieces, arrived damaged, doesn't seem authentic. This buyer that I'm talking about should have put just didn't like it. That would have been the correct reason, but we know people don't put the honest reason because they know that they can get the free return. I mean, people are smart this way. They have been educated now on how returns work. I mean, that, or there needs to be something else in here beyond just saying item not as described. I mean, if they choose, but where is it? Doesn't match a description or photos. If they choose that, I think they should have to explain it, and then have some sort of a verification process, because otherwise you're just calling your sellers liars, and that ain't cool. I've been doing this for 22 years with a track record that's 100% positive feedback. And why would I lie? Why would I jeopardize my business? This has always been my thing. Yeah. This particular buyer from this to, you can't see, yeah, 0 feedback buyer, 0 feedback buyer. So this is one of the newbies on the site. So it really, really needs to be looked at. Yes. Hi, Carolina Princess. If I'm just considering starting to sell on eBay, should I make an eBay store or just list items? Do both have fees? I'm totally new to all of this. Hey, welcome. So if you are going to be serious about this, just do the store. And the reason being is then you get categories. Now, I don't use the categories so much for other people to shop from. I use those categories for, as I was saying, which reminds me, I want to go show you this. For me to be able to select the items that I want to run sales on and that kind of thing. And while you may not want to do that for a while, if you start out and you're putting stuff into categories, they're going to be there when you need them to. And the startup eBay store is only $5 a month. So they made this really basic beginner level to get you jumped into it, which I think is fantastic. So yes, there will be fees for both, but there are perks for the store that make it completely worthwhile. So I'd say jump in and do the store. Yeah. That was a great question. And you also liked my suggestion. Seems fair to everyone. Yeah. Yes, Ed Miller. I mean, not all. There are good people out there. I have several of you watching this show right now that I'm sure would never do stuff like that. But some people do take advantage of the goodness of the system. Oh, that's a good question. You'll be blocking her? No. I doubt they'll come back and buy from me again. I won't. If that same buyer were to come back, though, I would cancel the transaction. I wouldn't have a problem doing that. It's not going to hurt my metrics. I don't have to cancel very many transactions, and I could definitely explain this one to eBay. But the process to go in and add them to a block list, and no. Because they could just start up another ID and buy again. So I find that doesn't really stop people like this. Do you have to mark that you offer refunds in your listings? Yeah. So you choose that when you are doing your listing. There's a place to decide. And I have 60-day. I'm showing you the screen again. I have 60-day returns. Buyer pays for return shipping. But if we pull up this details, let's see. Of course, refer to eBay return policy for more details. You are covered by the eBay money back guarantee if you receive an item that is not as described in the listing. So this is the part that really irks me. I'm being good. I'm offering returns. I'm offering 60-day returns. I'm being very generous with my customers, but eBay is still giving them away. I mean, all they have to do is go read the eBay money back guarantee, which I'll show you. Here we go. And if they click on that link and they go over here, here's the eBay money back guarantee. Our sellers never work buyers quickly resolve, blah, 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 blah. Let me find it. There is a place in here that says, maybe they don't. Okay, well, at least there's that they're not right out saying. You're protected if an item you ordered didn't arrive, is faulty or damaged, or doesn't match the listing. You'll get your money back for all the details about it. Yeah. So they're basically telling them you need to use this reason to get your money back. So I'm not really happy with eBay throwing this all in there, and then they got the full policy down here. Yeah, I think eBay could do some work on that one. And I have talked with eBay executives about the fact that this one size fits all for all categories is wrong. They agree, but it takes months for anything to change with eBay. And antiques and collectibles was a category that I told them this just doesn't make sense for antiques collectibles dealers. I mean, if their pictures are good, if they are a trusted seller and 99.9% of their transactions or more are everybody's happy, that should be a consideration. And they agreed, but we'll see if anything will happen. Why did you choose to not put the measurements in title? And so I haven't done a video on titles in a while, but titles are for you to come up in a search result. So unless somebody's specifically putting a measurement in the title, that actually detracts from the ability for the search engine to find your item the best result for that customer. So titles should be the phrasing and words that somebody is actually typing into search to find something. So I did put small and I did put purselet, because both of those words would bring results to somebody who was actively looking for a small purse, which this was. And then you would expect them to go down into the description. Now I have to just double check if I had, I'm going back to look at my item. So what I could have done better is I could have made the item specifics have the measurement. It would have been something I would have had to have added, which I don't do a lot of, but in this case, that would have made sense, right? I could have shown more in the item specifics, because if it was a mobile buyer, they'd have to do a couple of different things to even go find the description. So yeah. Is there a place in listings to put the item in your store by category, or do you physically need to move it to the, yeah, when you're listing, you absolutely can select the category. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can just, yeah, you know what? I'll pretend like I'm selling similar on this item. Give me a second. Okay. Let me share the screen again. So in this case, here's the title, here's the eBay category, and then here's store categories, and you can put it in two. So this is what's really cool. I've been doing some moving around of stuff, so that's why it's in other, because I'm actually trying to get rid of all of these categories, but eBay's not playing nice. So if I put this in vintage fashion, I can also put this in 50% off if I want to, or I can put it in 25% off if I want to. See how that works? And then it's just part of the listing. Yep. So yeah, you choose your categories, and then I don't put it in 25 or 50% off right away. That's something I move it to later, and I just do that through bulk editor. I go in, I sort my items by the listing date, and then I just select the ones that I want to bump into that category. It's really super easy. Really super easy. Do you have videos with the steps to creating a store and listing an item? I've watched a few other videos, but you explain things way better. Oh, thank you. I have some really old stuff about that, but I am every single week I'm creating more topical videos to come out. I plan those to generally come out around Thursday. So that could be one that I definitely could do. I'd actually do those in two separate videos. Yeah. I'm not sure how I could. Yeah, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out because I can use eBay stuff too and talk you through it and fill in the gaps that they don't fill in. Where do you sell better, on eBay, Etsy, or Poshmark? And where do you find price comps? So eBay is my mainstay. I have a full-time living off of just eBay alone. And then I do cross list over to Etsy, Poshmark. I dumped Mercari. I'm not a Mercari fan. I tried it. They burned me twice. And I jammed out of there. So Etsy, Poshmark, I use a lot of Facebook Marketplace, which has really been easy to do now. That List Perfectly, the software that I use to do my cross listing, now that they have a button to cross list to Facebook Marketplace, oh my gosh, yeah, it's great. So I've actually taken things that I have listed on eBay and I offer them locally and they sell. And then I don't have to ship it. It's a beautiful thing. I also use a site called cherish.com, which is CHAIRISH, like a chair-ish.com. That's for my higher end home decor, things that would be geared toward an interior designer shopping, because that's their main focus. So I get really good money over there. I do a lot of my Murano glass sales over there. Because it's being used to decorate homes, decorate model homes, that kind of thing. So price comps is mainly eBay. eBay is the market value for what I sell. If you are selling commodity items and new items, you want to check Amazon pricing. If I can't find something on eBay, and hey, why don't we just go into some price comp stuff? That was a good segue because I have stuff to look up that I have been dying to look up. So let's go. I'll show you how I do my pricing comp research. Thank you, Susan. She says my hair looks good. Thank you. Thinking about getting it cut. Ooh, see that cutoff right there? I'm thinking about getting it that length. Give me a yay or a nay if I cut it off right there, because I'm really thinking about it. Yeah. Real quick. Are you seeing any damage claims from USPS deliveries? Nope, I'm not. Not. All right, I'll do it. Okay, so let's go over. Let me get some stuff off the screen over here. I was going to make sure before I share the screen what I'm sharing. I don't want to do any boo-boos. I got a funny story real quick while I'm doing this. Funny story. Back when I had my the Danny app membership many moons ago, I used to do webinars much like this, only they were private and for members only. And I was going to go do a review of a store. And I typed in a URL, and apparently if you left out one of the S's in the URL title, or not title, the URL, it took you to a porn site. And I did that live on a webinar. So I am very careful now before I share my screen, just in case. All right. That's a true story. As an absolute true story. Oh, you guys are all saying, yeah, yay on the haircut. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Oh, Lori, you missed it. Well, that's why I'm trying to do this. So it's that same kind of a feel and you can still ask me anything, but now it's all free. Now I'll get paid by YouTube. Just got to watch those silly commercials, but that makes it free. All right. What do I have? Okay. So this is mostly the stuff from that little the dog junkies thrift store that I went to. Really nice little thrift store. I will be back. The ladies were super friendly. It's run by all volunteers. Pricing can be negotiated, which is cool. I love thrift stores like that. Try that at a Goodwill or a Savers. But yeah, so I was kind of grabbing stuff that I may not have grabbed had it been at a Goodwill or a Savers, because I also loved the cause. I mean, it's an animal. They're not an animal rescue. They're an animal veterinary services nonprofit. I hope I have that right. So they help with the medical care of rescued animals. So I thought that's pretty cool. I love that. Okay. Yes, watch what you type. It's a dark hole on the internet. Yes, you are very right. Getting darker by the day, too. Okay, I try not to be too editorial outside of the eBay stuff on here. Okay, so this is one of the items I picked up. This would be called a Toby mug. And normally Toby mugs are made by Royal Dalton. Yes, Royal Dalton is who makes Toby mugs. But we've come to know any of these little face mugs as Toby mugs, even though this one is Occupied Japan. Oops, where are you? Where's my focus? It's like my new glasses, it's kind of focuses. So I have a feeling I may have paid too much for this. I'd have been happier if it'd have been like $2, because I don't think the Japan ones sell for very much. But, oh, Jen Bootsy. Yes, definitely. Go check them out. And they do monthly 50% off sales store-wide. Like I don't know I think it might have been today or tomorrow. It's this week. They're doing a $1 clothing item sale. I saw that. Follow their Facebook page. They're very, very active on their Facebook. Lovely, lovely people. Okay. I won't say lovely ladies, because there may be some guys working there too, but lovely people. So, all right, let's go research the little Toby mug. Toby mug. So I'm just going to put Toby mug in here first, because I want to show you. Now, I always sort by highest first, because I want to know what the best ones did, not the low ones. Now I'm going to go to sold, because that is what really matters. And you can see the genuine Royal Dalton Toby mugs are definitely something you want to be looking for. They can sell for some pretty darn good money. But they are pretty character specific as to that money too. Some are more rare than other. You can see scarce, vintage, rare. I hate those words in titles, by the way, but that's what, like, you can get away with a lot in a title if something truly is rare or scarce. Just FYI. If this item were not rare and you have that price tag on it, you're probably not even going to really come up in search results too much. Okay. So these are way too many for me to go through. So I'm going to put in Japan. Notice I didn't put occupied Japan, because I don't know that every seller would have put that in their title, where they probably would have put Japan. It's Dog Junkies, Susan Dog Junkies. They are up on Decatur. Oh, they are north of the 95 on Decatur. I was up there because my mechanic is up there as well. And yes, I travel a long way for my mechanic because they take care of me. So I just happened to see the little thrift store too. Okay, so Toby mug Japan. So not bad. Of course, I do not have the king. I don't know who this guy is. Any guesses on? Oops, I got to find you here. What would this character be? I just don't even know. Ben Franklin. Okay, so what I am going to do now is go up and go ahead. There was only 31 results there, but let's just see. So here's my occupied Japan results. So it looks like people are lotting these up versus selling individual. And when they sell individual, it looks like they're getting about 10 to 14 bucks. So, wah, 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 wah. Yeah, this one, not a great buy for resale, but what I can do and save the day on this is just, I can take this down to the antique mall booth and I can put like $10 on it and get my $6 back. Because these are actually selling for close to that when you figure in the shipping, right? Even if they sold for under 10 on eBay, when you combine like a $5 purchase price with a $5 or $6 shipping, people are still willing to pay $10. So, all right. So not such a great buy. These are the pieces that I'm really excited to look up. They are, now they're not marked talavera, but they are marked. Well, this one is marked an impressed Mexico on there. Okay. It looks like it might have had something else at some point, but it's gone. This was only $4. Now, what made this really interesting for me is that it had fish on it. Let's see. Fishes. Oh, and yes, a turtle on that side. And then fishy. And then another turtle on the lid. So the lid doesn't fit very good. This is not like a high quality piece like those ones that I got a few weeks back. But it is nonetheless a nice piece. So now I'm not going to say talavera on this because that may not give me the comps that I need. I'm going to say Mexico. Oh gosh, now I got to think what to call it. Container, jar. Okay, let's go with jar. Oops, we got to get out of occupied Japan. There we go. This is going to pull me up. Cookie jars. Yeah, you know what? Let's see, Mexico. Let me just put in fish. See what happens. And then I can go into pottery and glass. All right, it's going to give me actual fish. That's not what I was hoping for. Search is tricky. Search is tricky. You know what? I am just going to do it. I'm just going to say talavera fish jar. Let's go for it. Let's go into all. Oh, you know what? I think there's a category in collectibles that. Okay, jar is the wrong word. This is the problem. So what I'll just do, I'll go with talavera fish. Those are two things I know about the item. And I'm going to come down till I see what somebody else calls it. See how specific eBay search is now, though? This is what's getting a little hard about doing the comps on eBay and doing the research. It's getting trickier because eBay wants to give me exactly what I typed in. They just want to give me fish, whereas I'm actually not just looking for a talavera fish. I'm looking for whatever somebody would call this container. And maybe I need to go back up and call it a container. But let's see. But you can see, keep an eye out for talavera fish because they do quite well. So bowl with lid, one seller calls something similar. All right, this is not working here. So let's go. Now, if I put container before the word fish, I'm going to get totally different results. Or maybe none at all. Goodness, let's go to actives. None at all. Like, okay, so what are the chances that there is none of these listed? Oh my goodness. Here, I'm going to come so you can see the faces that I'm making. I'm rolling my eyes. Pottery lidded trinket box. Yeah, it could be maybe. I wouldn't really call it a dish though. Talavera. I'll call it a box. Oh, well, there you go. Thank you for that, Ricky Donald. Color me wrong. Okay, so apparently we want to call this a trinket box. It's not what I think of as a trinket box. To me is something small. So let's go sold. And let's see what we can find. My thought process was that I'm going to get about $29.99 for this. And I think that's probably pretty accurate based on, and now when I get down to the bottom here, I really don't take much of this into account because this could have just been a seller who didn't know any better, a seller who just wanted to get rid of them. This is interesting. Oh, you choose one. Okay, that's right. These are tiny, I betcha, for $17.50. Turtle. Yeah. Very interesting. Yeah, so some of these are like tiny. So yeah, I'm thinking I'm in the $29.99 range. And so when you're pulling up their comps, you have to use a little bit of that critical thinking of which one of these is closest to what I have. And you can see kind of I'm right in this range here. So yeah. Boom. So $29.99 on that one. And then I got this other one too. Now this one has a different signature on it. Still says Mexico. I got to figure out what that says though. Lauma? Art? Help me out here. What does that say? What would you say that says? I don't know. All right. Do you know it's Mexico? And it's in the talavera colors. Now, this one, I love the fish on this one. Well, let's see. I can either put both fish on the same side, or I can turn it and have that, and then have a red fish, blue fish on the other side, and make it a Dr. Seuss box. Red fish, blue fish, one fish. Okay, never mind. Am I just that old? So this one, I don't know. Any ideas on what that said, guys? I'm kind of at a little bit of a loss. What if I put in, I'm going to put in Mexico. Oops. Let's try that. Why not? Yeah. Didn't like that, did it? I still think I'm going to list this one for $29.99. You think it's Lauma? Jenny? Let's look. Let's go. Let's say Mexico. Lauma. No. It gave me back Tony Lama. Let's go to actives just for giggles. Oops. Now it just wants me to buy boots. Nope. It just wants me to buy boots now. I want this. Show me. Oh, see? We have to be careful what we pull up. Goodness gracious. Come on, eBay. Well, now. I'm telling ya. And YouTube is pretty strict about that stuff too. So I'm going to have to go in and edit that out, believe it or not. Oh, let's see. Late to the party. Story of my life. Wondered what the pros and cons of having an eBay shop as opposed to being an individual seller. And I actually just answered that question. So there's definitely benefits to having the eBay store, and it's literally, there's a $5 starter package. So no reason not to anymore. No reason not to. So Ricky thinks that said Laura. Could be a planter pot. Yeah, you know what? And this is where, and this is a good example, you guys. That's it. I've seen what I need to see. I will list it at $29.99. I don't get caught up on like, what if it's worth a ton more than that? If I really think something is worth a ton more than what I'm leaning towards, I'll run it at auction. If I think I'm in the range and I'm making a good profit, list it. List it, list it, list it. Let's get it up. Some of you guys saw me get this guy. Now, when I was making the video, I did already do a little research on him because I needed to add some stuff to the video. But he was one of the first things I found, and they had him priced at 20 and then marked him down to 10. And I'm like, he is really nice. And I'm fairly certain I could get 20 for him. Anybody who's ever had a boxer that looks like him would be going like, oh, that's my Mickey. That was my boxer's name. My boxer's name was Mickey because of Mick, the trainer in Rocky. Okay. Because Rocky would have been the obvious name for a boxer dog, but no. Okay, so let's go see what he's worth. All right, so what I know about this is it says Boxer 1640 on the bottom. That's all I know. Boxer 1640. Apparently there's an 1840. So I'm just going to put in those two words and see what comes up. Obviously, eBay is clueless as to what I'm really looking for. If there was a ton of results here, I would just narrow it down by category. So this is interesting. So is there even any in? No, nothing in collectibles. Now, watch what happens. This is how weird this search engine is. So I'm going to take out that 1640 and I'm going to put boxer, figurine. And what I know is he's standing in front of a fence. Oh, look at that. And so what this tells me is it is a Lefton figure. And if I look on the bottom, I can see actually where the Lefton sticker would have been. So that pretty much confirms it. Here's one for $29.99. That is the same one. It says it's 1950s. I believe it. Here's one. This one's in auction format. And what I love is there's only 5 here. So there's not much competition on this. Although, let me just, I'm going to take out fence. Okay. And I'm going to put in, now that I know it's Lefton, let's see if this changes anything. Now I've got 26 results. And yeah, I'm still good. I do like how eBay has changed their sponsored listing placement. Have you guys noticed that? So I have sorted by highest first. So what eBay is showing me about midway down the page is results for the high price sponsored sellers, which is interesting. So these are the people who have paid to promote, but it's not disrupting my entire flow. Now, you do want to show up in the top, or what we used to call above the fold. I guess this would be considered your fold now, because you have to remember to keep going. Some people think this is where the results end because we're used to seeing like ads down at the bottom of things. So still looking. There he is. That's the same one for $11.99. What I am going to do is go and see what is sold. So we've got this extra large one sold for $47.99. Here's a little family. 28, 28, 28 for him, 18, 17. So this one hasn't sold, which is not a great sign, but there's only a couple of them listed. So I'm okay with that. And I will list mine at $29.99. He will go for $29.99. And I did pay the 10 for him. I just knew he was worth 10. Okay. Look up that picture of that lady in the back of you. It's beautiful. Oh, her. I did her last week. We did her last. Did I not look her up though? I talked about her. I'm not sure if I looked her up. Oh. Somebody who watched last week. Did I actually? If I didn't look her up, sure, we'll do that. We will do that. Okay. Oh, this heavy. So this called to me from a top shelf. It has fish on it. It's a nice. It's heavy. It's actually really heavy. It is by Antica Fornaci. I'm just going to say it that way because it's Italian. It does tell me that it is, it's got a blurred. So this happens sometimes. It's got a blurred, looks like, because somebody actually took like something gritty to the bottom and they messed up a thrift store probably had a price tag on it at one point. But anyway, I can make out enough though. I know enough to do some research. So let's research it. Here we go. All right. So we know it is a pitcher. I'm not going to put the fish. I'm not going to put it because I want to know what this brand sells for. And it is, let me make sure I spell it right. Antica Fornaci. Nothing, but see, this makes me happy what I see here. Even though there's no picture, I'm seeing other pieces of this brand that do sell well. Yeah, 72, 50, 35, not so well. But let's go over to actives. Now we've got 55, 20, but with $51 in shipping. So if you take that's 55, this is like $85 total, and this right now here is like $70 for somebody to pay for it. And then we go down a little lower. This one's nicer. And auctions, I don't put a whole lot of my concern into auctions, although this looks like the exact one and will tell me what the rest of that says. Now, come on, there is no way they can ship this for $8.40. I got to pull this listing up. Check this out. Where are they? They're in California. Well, maybe. I suspect they did not put the weight and size of this in correctly. Because, well, there we go. There's what the mark's supposed to look like. I'm going to tell you what the sucker weighs right now. Okay. The picture without any shipping materials. Let me find me. Where am I? There I am. The pitcher alone weighs just under 4 pounds. So this is considered a 5-pound package. 5-pound package. And I'm just going to do a quick measurement here. The pitcher is 8 inches by 10 inches. You might be able to squeeze in without being oversized. I mean, the minimum size box should be 14 by 12 by 12. This is an oversized, heavy item. I'm not sure what this seller is thinking. Yeah, unless is it a smaller version? Let's go see what's the size. 8 inches tall. Ooh, ouch. Be careful, you guys, when you're creating your listings, because this seller is going to take, they're going to take a hit. Oh, I didn't even show you that. They're going to take a hit. I just looked at the description. It is the 8-inch tall version. Same one. Whoo, they're going to take a hit. I can ship this FedEx, and depending where it goes, of course, but it's still going to be, this is going to be $15 to $20 to ship easily. Yeah, depending where it's going. I may oops. I'm back. I may put this one down at the booth just because of the size. Yep. Seller says it holds 3 quarts. Really? Yeah. I don't know. I don't even know how to determine liquid volume on a pitcher. Maybe? I don't know. Let's see. Okay, let me catch up here. I don't want to miss your questions. Is auction better than regular listing price? What are the differences? So auction, not everything is a good candidate to put on auction. Remember, if somebody is going through eBay and they're browsing and something catches their eye, you want them to be able to buy it right then. You want that impulse buy. And let's face it, most of this stuff is an impulse buy. It's not a like, I have to have it. So 99% of things should be done on a fixed price basis. And I like to add the make offer, so they have that option. The things that do good at auction are things that have some rarity to them, where you could potentially get a few people that really want that item, and the price just goes up, and it can even go up higher than you've seen comps in the past. So that's something you definitely want to put at auction. If it's something that you really just can't find any information on, and nothing similar to it, and you want to let the market sort itself out, list it at something that would make you still happy if it's sold at that price. So not too cheap. Used to be 99-cent auctions were great. You could really test the waters. No, don't do that anymore. You really want to start it where you hope to get the minimum amount for it. So that's another way. And something else is if it's a damaged item. So you find comps, but your piece might be damaged, so you don't know how much that damage affects the value. I start those at auction as well. So yeah, otherwise fixed price all the way. Still have to compete with that? Yes, I do. But I am a big believer on not competing on price as the main factor. I want to compete on the quality of the service that I'm giving to my buyers, the track record that I have, which if you're new, you're not going to have that, but build up to it. So yeah, when you're new, you may have to be a little bit more competing on price. But as you get going, you will find that people trust to pay a little more from, and again, if it's a breakable, someone with a track record of getting those breakables to them. Also, I could be competing with somebody who doesn't offer returns. So my 60-day return policy says I'm very confident in what I am selling to you as well. Oops. Hold on. Let me turn these off. Okay. I know. I clicked the wrong button, Susan. My bad. It was easy to come back, though. Good thing. All right. Do you ever use Google Lens to help identify items? I find it very helpful. I really don't. When I'm out in the field, I really don't research. This is why I got the nickname the Danny app, because if you do this long enough and you develop a niche, and by niche I mean, category of things that you sell in, and you learn your stuff, you will know. You will know the things to pick up and the things not to, and you'll know the prices you can pay and at the very least break even. Like on that Occupied Japan mug, I had a feeling it was a little high, but I knew I could get my $6 back. Okay, so just developing that sixth sense. Now, I have used Google image search from home on my computer, when I'm looking for something. I've really never used it successfully, because usually what I'm looking for, I'm having trouble finding because it just isn't out there. And that I don't use it. Short answer there. Can it convert my individual account to a business, keeping my feedback? Yeah, that shouldn't affect anything. Your feedback is your feedback. It goes with your ID. Oh, that's happened to several lives. Well, that was totally user error on my part, I will just say. I clicked the back arrow on the wrong screen. Oh, you use your Google Lens for signatures and marks. Yeah. Well, you know what? I haven't used it for that. I do use WorthPoint to find my marks. They have a really good marks library, so I use that. Okay. What else? What else should we look up? I will get to the lady, I promise. Just don't let me forget. I did get these, and I'm still a little bit torn on how to list them. So they are napkin rings. They're all wrapped up in their little box. But you guys tell me what pattern that looks like. And it's the reason I bought them. It is a very well-known pattern. And these are porcelain. They're actually bone china. And they are vintage, but they are made in Taiwan, not England. So my dilemma is, do I list them as the pattern or not? I'm not saying the pattern yet, because I want to see if anybody recognizes what pattern I am referring to with this. If you have done any kind of china and dinnerware, any length of time, you know this pattern. That would have been the maker, but what is the pattern? What is the pattern name? Because I'm definitely not going to use the maker's name, because I have no verification of that. But the pattern? Yes. Ding, 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 ding. Old Country Rose. It's so Old Country Rose, which was my thinking when I picked them up. And now I have 2 boxes for a set of 8. This is a box in the box. What is this box? No, it's just a little keeper. All right. So let's go see. Did they just not mark some? I don't know. Here, let's put you over here so you're not getting in my way. I thought I was paying $6 for all of them. I ended up paying $6 a box. So there we go. Oh no. Oh, I got to share my screen again. Stand by. Ah, there we go. Okay. So if I put in Old Country Rose napkin. Now, eBay tells me that people search for these as holders and as rings. I'm just going to put napkin. I wanted to bring up both. So this, of course, is the Royal Albert version. Now, what's interesting is it is different than these that I have. Although, let's pull this one up. Are these raised? I don't like when the pictures don't blow up. There we go. Yeah, so see, these have a little dainty raised design on them. Okay, so let's go. Let's keep going. Now these look similar, but again, the roses are like, they're not offset. These are offset, and those are in the center. Oh, wow. It's a lot of those. See here, you see that it's a very specific. So now I have another seller here who has the ones that I have. They are calling them Royal Albert Old Country Roses napkin rings, flat oval, rare configuration. But are they? I don't know. I don't know. What do they say in their description? 1970s, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not so sure I can call these Royal Albert. I won't call them Royal Albert because I don't know, but it's Country Roses is the pattern. So I think I am going to use Country Roses pattern. Now, what I didn't look at is soles. It's interesting that there's only one seller who has the ones that I have. So let's see. So 8 of the normal ones sell for $89.99. 46. See, it's a good seller. Like 40, 46. Gosh, like the box, you know, whoever did these, the box even still looks very, very similar. But this one actually says Royal Albert on it. So I have to tell you, I'm a little stumped on if the pattern was used by another company, because I know that happens, that, you know, a pattern name will get used by several different companies and you can still call it the pattern name because what they have trademarked is their brand name. So his 4 for 17. Yeah, so I think I am going to list these as Old Country Roses. I will not say Royal Albert. I will show all the pictures very clearly. And I will, I'm thinking I'm going to list them for like $39.99 for the set of 8. I think that's what I'm going to do. Yep. I love questions. Questions are good. Questions is how we learn. What about free shipping versus calculated? So those who have known me for a very long time know I was one of the first sellers kind of out there preaching to switch to free shipping. And man, did I get flack. I got so much flack for that. And, but I did it very successfully for many years. And I'm sure some of that teaching is still on my older videos if you wanted to go hunt in the archives back in the day. But everything sort of changed as the years have gone by. The reason for the shift to free shipping happened because of Amazon. Let's face it, Amazon and the free shipping thing was, you had to do it if you wanted to compete at all. This is what the buyer psychology now wanted. They wanted free shipping. And free shipping was very successful for me and many sellers for quite some time. But as people became more comfortable shopping online and found all these other places that they were shopping from that did not do the free shipping thing, and they got away from Amazon and did not do the free shipping thing, they started being comfortable with paying for shipping. And so I took a break from eBay for quite a bit. And when I came back, I decided to test the calculated shipping because for bookkeeping purposes, it is just so much easier. That was almost really bad grammar. Just way easier to do the books if I know what I'm charging for shipping, what people are paying for shipping, all of that. Plus, here's what happens now too. People are back to wanting to combine shipping, which makes it feel like they're getting a good deal. So there's that. I am selling a lot more now to my West Coast areas because the shipping is much lower. Whereas when I was doing free shipping, I was including the worst case scenario into the price, which so it was seemed a little higher here on the West Coast. So that's worked out, and my sales have not suffered for it. So that was the big test. If it wasn't going to get sales, if people were going to be complaining about high shipping costs, I was going to go back to free shipping. But that has not happened, and I'm very happy charging shipping because here's the other thing. Now, this is controversial, and I know some sellers think that they have to pass on any savings in shipping that they get. So let's just say buyer buys something, they pay $12 for the shipping, and I have retail ground set, unless it's under a pound and then it's first class. But all of my over 1 pound packages say retail ground. That gives me the flexibility to ship it how I need to ship it. So let's say they pay $12 and I'm able to ship that item for $8. That $4 difference is mine. That offsets the final value fee charged to the shipping. It also offsets the payment processing fees charged to the shipping. Okay. So there is no guilt in doing that because the buyer clearly saw the shipping amount they were going to pay and they agreed to that amount. So any in between there, that is yours. As a business owner, you are allowed to count that as part of your profit and don't feel bad for it. Good. All right. Oh, I can't even believe it's like 2:20 already. So let's, here's something else I did. Oh, they have this basket. They have this basket on the counter of all of these little pins. I can't dump it too far. I started to grab them out. They wanted $2 a piece for these pins. And there are they're guitars. And they say on them what? Albert Elkowitz. It's either a Q or an O. Yeah, new glasses. And I'm still getting the letters wrong. I have a call into them. The reading part is not as strong as it should be. They're all different. Oh, it's marked on the back. I didn't even notice these were marked on the back. I saw guitars and I got all excited. There's some numbers on the back. I need a loop. I don't have a loop. Anyway, I'm gonna go cross-eyed. So they're different sizes and they wanted $2 a piece. I actually counted last night. There's where's my notes? 267 pins in here. Now, not all of them are in the package. Most of them are in the package. 267 pins. So I asked them, what would you take for all of them? What if I just buy the whole bin? And she kind of went through and she counted up a little bit. And she says, oh, I'd have to get $200. And I thought about it for a minute, and I came back and I said, you know, I really would be more comfortable at 150. Can we do 150? She said yes. So I don't know if I'm going to sell any of these online. I really was, oops. I really was thinking that I would sell them down at the booth. But now that I found a name on one, I'm curious. I'm curious. All right. Okay. What was that name I saw again? You guys paying attention? I got to find the one that had the name on it. I dropped it. Here it is. Okay. Albert Elovitz. Albert Elovitz pin. Oh, there we are. Look at that. So on eBay, somebody's willing to pay $7, $8. They're willing to pay $7 to $8 for these Albert Elovitz ones. Now, does that mean I want to sell them online? No, but I will probably put $4 on these larger ones down at the booth. I'm looking at them, and that's really selfish of me. They're all different guitars. As you can see, there's also a couple of different things. I mean, there's like a Vanguard military ribbon in here. What are these? Dipsy Doodle Designs, book planner clip, bookmarks. I don't know. There's a couple of things thrown in. There's some vintage pieces of jewelry thrown in. That one actually looks like it might even be silver. Whoa. Oh, it's not marked, but boy, that sure looks like silver to me. There is, I'm trying to find, like, there's pianos and flutes. Oh, and like a tape deck, which is kind of cool. So even if I put these at $3 a piece down at the booth, oh gosh, math. How many do I have to sell to get my, I have to sell 50 of them to get my money back. And then the rest is gravy. So, all right, get back over there. Okay. Oh, you are so welcome, Amy. The Nebraska hanger. Does that mean you sell clothes? Is that what that means? All right. I could do small variety lots. I could do that. I might do that because I'd like to get my money back sooner than later. That's not a bad idea. Put like a variety of the guitars together and sell them in a batch. I like how you think. The picture. Yes. Thank you for the reminder. Oh, this lady. Okay, let me get her. All right. Okay, so she was way up high. This was at Savers. I always go, they separate out their bigger art from the small art, and it's like one of the last places I always go look. So I went and was going by, and there she was. And you're right, she's fabulous. The back of the canvas tells me that she has some age to her. You can see it's darkened over time, not antique. So like some of the antique canvas gets absolutely almost, black, real dark brown. I would probably put her 60s, 70s is my thinking. I'm not exactly sure when this textured kind of, I think it was a 70s thing, this textured painting kind of took place. I'm trying to be careful here. She's big. So can you guys see that, all that texturing in there? Yeah. Sadly, there is no signature. And that is always a bummer, unless I thought I saw something. No. Oh, yeah. I saw this thing on the bottom. Here, I'm trying to show you here. Let's see. Oh, see, that I'm thinking might be the signature. I think that is meant to be the signature, but it's just a bunch of like scribbly. See it? It looks like a leaf almost. So I'm not sure if that's a signature. But it's possible. It was like, the mark of this artist. Now, I am going to sell her just on her fabulousness down at the booth. She is a painting, and I talked about this last week with art. One of the ways I can tell she's a painting is if you look at the edge, and it's kind of got a sloppy, unfinished edge with paint that kind of smears over. And that's how you tell that it's an original painting. Plus just, all the texturing. But yeah, I think I'm going to put, get over there. I think I'm going to put like $100 on her, maybe 150. See what happens. Because yeah, she really is cool. Oh, I am a total sucker for artwork and wall art too. Yeah, I get in trouble with, I have a bunch of art. And while yes, I can list it, I am not a big fan of shipping the big pieces. So I tend to procrastinate listing it. Yep. I have some amazing Louis Eichardts right now down at the booth that are not getting any attention. And I just know I need to list them because they could be thousands of dollars. I had the great fortune of many years ago, an auction house that I worked at in Tucson. The auctioneer was really, really into art. And he used to just, every time we'd get a new batch, we only did one auction a month. It was one of those auctions that was very curated and very high-end stuff. And the wall was filled up with artwork. And he would take me through and teach me about each piece and what was an etching and what is an impression and what is a oil and what's an acrylic and why this is better than this. And like, he filled me with so much knowledge. It was fantastic. And ever since then, I've really loved to take a closer look at art. And I tend to be able to pick up really good pieces at auction that other people overlook because they can't readily pull up something on their phone to tell them yay or nay. See, and that's an advantage that you want to try to develop, is find something to learn about that isn't just a quick Google search. You want to be able to have an edge on the pricer at the thrift store or at the estate sale. And glass is perfect for that because most glass the valuable stuff is not marked. Or if it is marked, it's very hard to find information on specific pieces. So learning that stuff can be really lucrative. And the same thing with art. I know ephemera is another area that can be extremely profitable. Ephemera being paper goods, not something I enjoy, so I don't really get into it. But hey, if you love that stuff, there's a lot of money in that. So just finding that something that, and my whole niche in what I teach is that this business needs to be fun too. So I want to buy stuff and research stuff and play with stuff and ship stuff that I actually enjoy. I enjoy learning about it. I enjoy having it around me and looking at it and dealing with it. So that's my thing, is this needs to be a fun business for me. I mean, that's my philosophy. Otherwise I could just go get a job and work a lot less hours. Just saying. I don't know if you're like me, but it's like from the minute I get up, I'm thinking about what I have to ship, and I'm thinking about what I have to list and photo and all of that. So it's never ending, right? So it's got to be fun. Amy says she sells hard goods. The Nebraska hanger, boy, like you could do a lot with that branding. I'm just saying, what goes on a hanger? Vintage clothes. Vintage clothes is another one. Oh my goodness, there is a wonderful market for vintage clothes. I don't even like. I go to estate sales and I don't even look at the clothes, but I know there's money there. I know there's money there. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Was I on X Factor or American Idol? I was not. I did have my own band though. Once upon a time. I did. What made you ask that? What made you ask that? You are in the group. Maybe we can stick our heads together to get them moving. Okay, I'm all for it. I love ideas. The group that Veranda Files is referring to is the Niche to Profit, and it has some other stuff behind it. Niche to Profit for eBay, Etsy, Poshmark, and more. It's a big, long, keyword-filled title of the group. But just remember, Niche to Profit. Niche to Profit. That is at my church. I do sing at my church. I go to a church called Verve Church, and we're doing everything online now. So go to Verve Church online, and you see me singing there. Yeah. I love singing. My kids hate that I love singing because I do it everywhere. So, all right, guys. I think that's enough info for today, huh? As usual, you can always ask questions over in the group during the week. If you have an item you want help researching, we can do it right here live on the show. You just need to send me a message over on Facebook is the easiest way to get me. I am working on a website, but not quite there yet. We'll get there. All right. Oh, you're a singer too. That's awesome. Awesome. Hey guys, have a fantastic week. I am doing something really fun this week. I am going to, and those of you who were here at the beginning of the show know this, I'm going to San Diego. I leave on Friday. Yes, I'm flying. I'm going to San Diego to visit my adult daughter who lives there, and I have never been to her place. And we're just going to hang out and relax, go to the beach. We're supposed to go get a pedicure, but if they close the places, that may not be happening. So we're just going to do some shopping. Of course, she's already scoped out which thrift stores to go to. She lives in a place called Little Italy, for those that are familiar with San Diego. And it's a really nice walk to everything pretty much. And I am excited. I have not had a true getaway like this, and I don't know how long. I feel a little guilty not taking my children with me, but they will be fine. My mom will be taking care of them while I'm gone, and all the animals and everything that I hope just survive the 3 days that I'm gone. But yeah, I can't wait. So I will be here. I get back 10 a.m. Monday morning. So unless something happens to my flight back, I will be here for the show live next week at 1 o'clock as scheduled. And I will bring goodies from San Diego with me, hopefully. Thank you. All right, guys, have a fantastic week. Don't let all this negative stuff in the world get you down. Stay focused. Build your business. There is no better time than right now to build an eBay business. I am telling you what, something good always comes out of bad stuff. And for me personally, it has been that eBay is growing like hotcakes. So I hope we can make it do that for you too. And with that, go be profitable and make it fun. And we will see you next week live. But hey, subscribe if you haven't already, and you can get notified of every video I do during the week. All right. See you guys.